Welcome to Spectrum Sphere, your portal to a diverse world of discovery. Today, we dive into the epic tale of the Spanish Armada and its fateful encounters with the British Navy. Before embarking on this historical journey, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content. Now, let's set sail into history. To truly grasp the story of the Spanish Armada, we must look back at the 16th century, an era where Europe was a chessboard of power, alliances, and conquests. At its heart was the struggle for dominance at sea, which would come to a head in the waters surrounding England and Spain. As the 16th century dawned, Europe was a tapestry of complex alliances and rivalries. The political climate bristled with tension as Protestant Reformation challenged Catholic hegemony and powerful monarchies vied for control. At the epicenter were England and Spain, whose fraught relations would soon ignite into open conflict at sea. At the heart of the approaching conflict lay deep religious divisions. Protestant England, under Queen Elizabeth I, increasingly found itself at odds with Catholic Spain, ruled by the fervent King Philip II. This religious schism festered, turning into an ideological battleground that would shape the futures of both mighty nations. Queen Elizabeth I's support for Protestant rebels in the Spanish Netherlands was a critical irritant to Catholic Spain. Coupled with the English piracy on the Spanish treasure fleet, her actions incensed King Philip II. These provocations would lead Spain to attempt a forceful response, setting the stage for an epic confrontation. Frustrated by English incursions and driven by a desire to restore Catholic dominance, King Philip II decided on a bold course of action. He ordered the creation of the Spanish Armada, a massive fleet intended to invade England and overthrow Queen Elizabeth I, signaling the onset of a historic naval conflict. The Spanish Armada was a formidable force, consisting of 130 ships, manned by 8,000 sailors and over 18,000 soldiers. Among them were galleons, armed merchantmen, and support vessels, built to transport the vast army across the Channel and cement Spain's dominance as the preeminent European naval power of the time. The Armada set out with grand objectives. Its primary aim, to escort an army from Flanders for an invasion of England. King Philip II envisioned a Catholic restoration on English soil, deposing the Protestant Queen Elizabeth I, and thus suppressing the English support for Dutch rebels against Spanish rule. As the Spanish Armada drew closer, the English Navy hastened its preparations, facing significant challenges. With fewer ships and resources compared to the Spaniards, they relied on speed, maneuverability, and innovative tactics. Amidst rising tension, English harbors buzzed with activity, with all eyes turning seaward, awaiting the imminent clash. Admiral Lord Howard of Effingham, the commander of the English fleet, exemplified strategic brilliance and steadfast courage. Under his leadership, the English Navy, though outnumbered, was a formidable opponent. Howard's foresight in leveraging lighter and faster ships put the cumbersome Spanish galleons at a disadvantage, setting the stage for a historic confrontation. Moving swiftly from Admiral Howard's command, we turn to Sir Francis Drake, a figure whose audacity became legendary. Known for his seafaring prowess, Drake employed unconventional tactics that unnerved the Spanish Armada. His use of smaller, more maneuverable ships allowed him to harass the Spanish fleet, disrupting their formation and command structure. As the Spanish Armada approached, the first clash unfolded near Plymouth. The English fleet, quickly maneuvering into position, engaged the Spanish in a series of hit-and-run tactics. While the English cannons roared, the Spanish, expecting a more traditional battle, found themselves outmaneuvered in this initial confrontation at sea. The English, undermanned and outgunned, adopted a defensive strategy of agility and cunning. The Royal Navy's smaller, faster ships allowed for swift approaches, delivering quick, punishing strikes against the larger, slower Spanish galleons. This tactic aimed to avoid close combat, keeping the English at a strategic advantage while minimizing their own risks. Amid the turmoil of battle, an unexpected ally emerged for the English fleet: the weather. Dubbed the Protestant wind, a series of powerful storms scattered the Spanish Armada. These fierce gales played a pivotal role, severely hindering the Spaniards' progress and aiding the English in their defensive efforts. As the Spanish Armada sailed past the Isle of Portland, the English Navy engaged once more. This skirmish was marked by a relentless pursuit, with the English leveraging their lighter, faster ships to harass the Spaniards. The chase continued, highlighting not only tactical prowess, but also the endurance of the English seamen. Next, we witnessed the fierce Battle of the Isle of Wight. Here, smaller English ships danced around the imposing Spanish galleons, peppering them with continuous volleys. Sailors on both sides fought desperately, cannons thundering amidst the chaos, as the English aimed to break the Armada's formation and prevent their rendezvous with the Duke of Parma. As the night cloaked the waters, the English resorted to a desperate yet innovative tactic. Set against a backdrop of darkness, they unleashed a fleet of fireships, setting ablaze unmanned vessels adrift towards the anchored Spanish Armada. The sight of fire at sea sowed panic, forcing the Spanish to cut anchor and scatter. In the aftermath of the fireships' chaos, the Battle of Gravelines erupted into action. Here, the nimble English ships harried the disorganized Spanish fleet, taking advantage of their superior maneuverability. Cannon fire thundered across the water as the English inflicted heavy damage. This decisive encounter marked the beginning of the Armada's downfall. As the battered Spanish Armada fled north to escape the pursuing English, they faced a new, treacherous enemy, the rugged Scottish coast. Raging storms battered the fleeing ships, with many succumbing to the fierce elements of the North Sea. It was a grave turning point, sealing the fate of Spain's once proud navy. As the remnants of the Spanish Armada ventured into the treacherous North Sea, their fate took a turn for the worse. Harsh weather and navigation errors led to a catastrophic homeward journey. Ship after ship was lost to the unforgiving sea, a poignant epilogue to their failed mission. In the aftermath of the ill-fated campaign, Spain's once formidable naval power was significantly diminished. The loss of ships and seasoned sailors dealt a severe blow to Spanish maritime dominance. This defeat shifted the balance of naval supremacy in Europe, marking a pivotal moment in the rise of the British naval force. As the dust settled on the tumultuous seas, England emerged not just victorious, but emboldened, solidifying its stance as a formidable naval power. The repercussions echoed throughout Europe, heralding a decline in Spanish influence and the dawn of British maritime ascendancy that would eventually shape global trade and colonization. Following the Armada's defeat, the reputation of the English Navy surged dramatically. Across Europe, monarchs and merchants alike took note as England's naval prowess became synonymous with strength and innovation, setting a new precedent for naval warfare and marking the beginning of a global maritime empire. The Spanish Armada's defeat had far-reaching implications for naval warfare, prompting a shift towards more agile and heavily armed ships. This pivotal event heralded a new era where sea power was integral to national security and sovereignty, forever transforming naval tactics and international relations on the world's oceans. The Spanish Armada's staggering defeat resonated through the annals of time, permeating culture and popular consciousness. It inspired a flood of artworks, plays, and literature, glorifying the English victory as a symbol of divine providence and national pride, a narrative that has been romanticized and retold for generations. As history often entwines with myth, so does the tale of the Spanish Armada. Romanticized over centuries, legends grew of supernatural storms sent to protect England, the so-called Protestant wind. Such myths celebrate the battle not just as a military victory, but also as a miraculous deliverance for Britain. The defeat of the Spanish Armada was a watershed moment for the British Empire, heralding its nascent maritime power. It emboldened England, underpinning its future naval dominance and bolstering its self-image as a sovereign power favored by divine providence, paving the way for an era of unprecedented exploration and colonization. The Spanish Armada's saga has permeated our culture, inspiring countless works. In literature, it has been immortalized in poems and novels, serving as a potent symbol of hubris and downfall. Artists have captured its drama in sweeping canvases, while modern films have brought to life the Armada's epic encounters on the high seas. The clash of the Titan navies taught invaluable lessons in strategy and innovation. The English victory underscored the importance of agility over sheer might and the perils of underestimating one's opponent. It marked a shift in naval warfare, emphasizing maneuverability and the advantage of home turf familiarity. The defeat of the Spanish Armada not only reshaped naval power but also redefined the balance of power in Europe. It heralded the decline of Spain as the dominant sea force and paved the way for England to expand its horizons, ultimately shaping the future of global colonization and trade. Thank you for joining us on this historical voyage with Spectrum Sphere. We hope you've gleaned new insights into the epic struggle of the Spanish Armada. If you enjoyed diving into the depths of history with us, please show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to our channel, and sharing your perspectives in the comments section below. Keep exploring with us every week for more diverse and intriguing content. Until next time, stay curious.